Today, Theo Epstein was hired as the Cubs GM for the next season. I have one question for you. How are the Cubs going to improve next season with their new management? Today's topics are baseball, obviously. The biggest news of the day is that the Cubs have signed Theo Epstein GM. The deal is pretty big. I mean, he made the Red Sox champions, and the Red Sox are a whole different story for another day, I guess, unless I can fit in the end of this video. But the huge news is he's going to bring a World Series to this team. There's no doubt. I think Chicago has just been in a struggle for too long not to be due, and now they have the right people. So, the contract says it's worth $20 million over 5 years. I think that's fairly cheap, and I think that Theo Epstein really wanted this job just to show what he can do and what he's able to do. So, this went a little shorter than I thought, but anyways, Theo Epstein has created 2 World Series champions out of nobody teams. No one thought that the Red Sox would ever win a World Series. I mean, eventually they were due, but they were struggling. They would make the playoffs, all the mistakes they've made, everything. It was just a struggle in Boston, and it's over with. And now, I guess I can talk about Boston for a little while. But Theo Epstein knew it was over. He wasn't formally fired, but he knew he had to get out, save his reputation. I mean, he's a great GM, but the things that were happening in the Red Sox clubhouse this year were totally disrespectful to baseball. News came out today on Mike and Mike from Buster Olney that the Red Sox were drinking in the clubhouse. Now, is that disrespectful or what to the game of baseball? I think that's totally disgusting. And you know what? They deserved not to make the playoffs this year. They deserved every single thing they got. I mean, you got to feel bad for the good guys like Dustin Pedroia and Jacoby Ellsbury, who had put up such great numbers this year, and then the rest of the team just fucks around the whole year. Sorry for my profanity. On other notes, the Game 4 for the ALCS happens tonight, and the Tigers have to win this one. They have to even the series at home so Verlander can pitch Game 5. And I think they may be able to do this if Victor Martinez and Maglio Ordonez put up big numbers like they did last night. On another note, the NLCS Game 4 is on tonight as well, where I think Milwaukee's going to lose. Why do I think that the Cardinals are going to beat Milwaukee? Is because Milwaukee's big numbers are mostly on offense, and their pitching has been struggling other than Gallardo and Greinke. The problem with Gallardo tonight is that he has to pitch against Chris Carpenter, who's had a heck of a playoffs, throwing against the Phillies on that Game 5 to win, on that shutout. He's been dealing. Every single one of his pitches has been on. It's amazed me throughout the playoffs. He's beaten big guys. He's beaten Roy Halladay, and their offense is just too good. Between the combo of Berkman, Pujols, Halladay, and then they have the little guys hitting too, like Terrio, and like John Jay's been doing pretty well too. And he's a backup. You just have to remember how deep this team is. Now, on to my predictions. I think that the Rangers will beat Detroit in 6 games. And this is because of Beltre, Cruz, Hamilton, and Young, who have done serious damage when in the clutch. And also, Colby Lewis, C.J. Wilson, and Derek Holland have pitched great so far in the playoffs. Now on to the Cardinals, which I think will beat Milwaukee in 7 games. And I believe this is because Milwaukee's not deep enough, and their pitching's not all that great. And I think that Carpenter will be going out on short rest if he has to in Game 7, which would be 3 days rest. No, it would be full rest. My apologies. No. Let's go back on that. It's 3 days rest. Sorry for my math. A little bit flustered after the whole day. And I believe that Pujols and Berkman, once again, 2 unstoppable. And you can't walk both of them and have them in scoring position for a holiday. It's just too tough of a team to beat. So that's the episode for today. If you would like to make suggestions, please do in the comments below. I could really use them. Improvements that I could use. I know I have to improve. I am not a great public speaker and want to become one. And my goal is by the end of the year to be the speaker for my graduation, which would be really, 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 really good. I think I said really enough there. Okay, so that's it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.